Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel Living with Tech. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, it really helps. So as you can see, today we're going to talk about this beauty of a watch. So this specific watch is the Casio Oceanus OCW-G2000 and I'm going to be giving you a long-term review of this watch. I have owned this watch for over 2 years and I've used it very frequently, and it's one of my absolute favorite watches that I own, and I'm going to give you a long-term usage impression or a review of how I find this watch and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So the first thing that I love about this watch, you see all the dial here. So everything that's not covered by something else, everything that doesn't have a sub dial, so all of that is a solar cell. So it's able to charge itself by using natural or artificial light. So like lamps or whatnot, it's able to charge itself through using most light sources. So that's the first thing I absolutely love about this watch. Second thing, I wanted a watch that had independent motors for spinning hours hand and the minute hand. Let me tell you why that's important. So this button, when I hold it, it basically swaps the primary and secondary time zones. So right now, as you can see, the primary time zone is the Eastern Standard Time, and the secondary time zone, it says KHI, so that means Karachi, so that's Pakistan Standard Time. So when I press and hold this button, it's going to swap between the two. So the secondary time zone becomes primary and the primary becomes the secondary. So let me show you that. So as you can imagine, if the watch did not have independent control of its hour and minutes hand, it would be doing this what it's doing right now. So it would have to spin round and round and round until it would come to the time that it needed to show on the screen. Because it has independent control of both of these hands, it's able to very quickly move to the time zone, and it's not slow in doing that. If you see reviews of old Seiko Astron watches, they are really slow when swapping time zones. So I wanted a watch that had independent control of both of these hands. So let's go back and see that once again. By the way, this video is in real time, so this is how long it takes to do that. There you go. I've had this watch for over 2 years, and every single time I see that happen, I still love it just like I did the first time I saw it. So all the other watches have to do what it does for this smaller dial. It has to go through all the time, all the hours to go to the hour that it's actually looking for. And by the way, this is going round and round because this hand is linked to the date. So it keeps going round and round until it comes to the date it needs. But my main concern was the time, so it's very quickly able to set that. Yeah, so let's move to the next thing. So this watch has 3 ways to update its time or to get the most latest time in the time zone that it's in. So the first way it can get time is by using GPS. Now that's the slowest method of getting the time. You have to have a clear view of the sky, and it does take a while, but it is able to gather its position from the GPS and get the time using that. So I rarely use that because it's connected to my phone. So that's the second way it can get correct time, and that's by connecting to an Android or an iPhone device via Bluetooth. So it's able to get the current location and time from your phone as well. The third way it's able to get the time is using radio time signals. So depending on where you are, that might be a different location or station that's sending that time out. Because I'm here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for me that's the WWVB location that's located in Fort Collins in the United States. It's quite a bit far from my location, so the time reception is not very reliable. I have to be outside and not near a lot of electromagnetic interference or sources, so before it can pick that time up, but it does work sometimes. So yeah, I found that the easiest and most convenient way for this watch, at least in my usage, to update its time is by using the phone Bluetooth connection. So yeah, the next thing I absolutely love about this watch is the perpetual calendar. You see here, so this watch has perpetual calendar up to the year 2099, so just before the year 2100. So what that means is it knows what day is going to be what day is going to be linked with each date. So it knows if it's 11th of a month, it knows what day of the week would that be. So that's what I mean by perpetual calendar. The next thing, because it's kind of a smartwatch but not exactly so, so this is able to update its time to reflect daylight saving. So it's automatically correct for that. So that's another thing I absolutely love about this watch, that it can do that. The next thing, it does have a stopwatch. I don't really use it that often, but it does have stopwatch, so I can show you how that looks like. So when I press the stopwatch button, it would move, change the mode to say ST on the small dial, if you can see it here, and then this is the start, and that's the reset. The good thing, I have the stopwatch started and I can ask it to go back to the normal timekeeping zone. But the best part is the stopwatch keeps running in the background. So let's wait for it to go back to the normal timekeeping mode. And now let's go back to the stopwatch mode. You see, it remembers exactly where it was. So the seconds hand is keeping track of the seconds, and this smaller sub dial will keep track of minutes and hours. So yeah, that's the stopwatch. So let me reset that. And let's go back to the timekeeping mode. All right. The next thing, this watch and its band in its entirety is made out of titanium. So that means it's really, really lightweight. This exact combination of band that it came with and the watch itself weighs approximately 100 grams. So it's extremely light for what it is. And the last thing, this is a double coated sapphire crystal. So it has very, very nice anti-reflection properties. I've compared it to watches that don't have any kind of coating, and this has a night and day difference. So yeah. So just to summarize, I love the design. I love how light it is because of titanium. The bracelet is of really high quality. It doesn't really rattle a lot. I'm just going to bring it close to my mic. All right. And then, that's one of my very favorite features about this watch. So you are able to do a slight adjustment in your wrist size without any tools. So you press these two lugs or keys on the both side and you pull. So you see, it allows you that bit of flexibility without using any tools. So in, out, in. So yeah, I love this feature. The next thing I love, it always has accurate time because it has 3 ways to get the most latest time information. So one, to recap, that's GPS, Bluetooth, and the radio time signal. Sorry, that was 4. That's 3. My bad. And the loom. So the loom is actually very nice. It's easily able to last the whole night. So the loom on this watch, although not at the level of Seiko, but still, it's very nice. And actually, one thing that's very interesting for me, because it's able to connect to the phone, it's able to get updated daylight saving start and stop time and what time zone each country or each bigger city or the major city follows. It's able to update that list. So it always has the latest information because it's able to update its databases through Bluetooth and basically the internet. So the app is its portal to the internet. So yeah. Things I wish it had or things I don't like. There aren't a lot of it, but I still will say 2 things. It was not very cheap. So I paid 1,800 Canadian dollars for this watch 2 years ago. So it's not the cheapest watch, but you guys must already know that technology like this comes at a price, and Seikos and Citizens of the world are much more expensive than what I paid for this. So yeah, I wish it was slightly less expensive. Second thing, now I love it for what it is, but I wish it had some kind of a vibrate feature so that whenever my phone received a notification, it would tell me. But then again, that's like a wish list kind of thing. But yeah, there's not a lot of things that I don't like about this watch. It's my daily wear, and I absolutely adore this. So yeah, if you have any questions, anything that I might have missed, please do ask those in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.